Welcome back to Out of Ore and Project Titan. I was going over the last episode, and I ended up realizing that I might change my mind. Well, no, I am going to change my mind a little bit on this, because one of the comments that I ended up having with one episode was to try a snaking tail, and moving this and then having conveyors and that. I don't know if the conveyors can handle it, but since this is new territory, I'm willing to try out anything at this point. But I think that having this above ground, when this is going to end up being my dump area, and especially since I'm going to end up having to move this eventually as this moves, having this above ground to accommodate this is not really working. It's not really useful. So what I was thinking is I was going to bury these down and make them flush with the ground here. That way they can become a dump area, and then I will just put any other solution that I have for getting this in place, like to pull this, it's going to end up just going into this. So these can act as buffers for whatever materials that are going to end up going into there, and whether I use the rock trucks to move the material, or whether I use conveyors to move the materials, or I end up having to use hoppers to make it work, I'll have that flexibility. So I ended up moving all of the material that I already collected into these guys, and I'm going to collect up this stuff and then dig all of this down so that the hoppers can go in, and then I'm going to end up putting this part here down into the ground as well, and then do some up conveyors to link back up with this. I think it'll work. Hopefully it will. I might have to move these out a little bit. I'm not sure, but either way, the layout's going to be the same. It's just going to be in a different location. And even with this stuff, like this stuff here, like the power is going to be temporary for the moment as it is, because I'd like a much better solution when I get a bigger, like a more complete factory going, so that it looks nicer. So I would rather push to get that. Now I'm going to end up needing to, switch that. I'm going to have to get this prepared, and as you can see, I kind of did a little too low. I'm going to move this thing out of the way. Shift W, is it? Shift W. Shift A. Okay, so this is okay, like this, right? Yeah. Okay, so that shifts that out of the way, so that should now. There's many ways that I could dig this out. I figured that, like, I can make a ramp and go in with the loader, but I thought that since I have, at least I think I have the money to be able to do this, what I'm gonna do is get an excavator. Which excavator is it? I think it's this one, the 8000D. I think that's one, right? Because it's 37.6. And then I'm going to get a somewhat smaller rock truck. I don't know whether this one would do the trick or not. Well, what's can happen, right? Let's go with that, and we'll see what we've got. I'm just realizing that I probably should have also. Where is the hopper? No, it's fine. So this guy is gonna end up going into here. Wow, yeah, I forgot just how large this guy is. There? Wow, that's big. Yep, that's pretty huge. Okay, now, what about this guy? He is also quite large. Not as big as the other guy over there, but I think this combination should work. Alright, swing around here. I mean, if you're gonna do some excavation, you might as well get an excavator, right? Let's put some of these guys down, and that's gonna be the edge, so I can't go past that point. So let's get into position here. Probably gonna end up digging way too much, but I'd rather dig more than I need to. And then it'll give me a lot more flexibility overall. But with that in mind, I think that's right. I think that should be enough. I think that should be enough room. And then we're gonna need a rock truck over here. And then worst case scenario is although with this big guy, I probably could use the largest rock truck. Oh well, I've got this guy now. I can't go. I might as well use him. All right, that should be good there. And that was the other thing that I was gonna do. I'm gonna put this over to here like this. Yeah, that should work. And then it's going to be unpowered. But that should give me the ability to dump this if I end up getting too much material. And I can always pull it out of here and then put it into these guys temporarily. So at least until I can actually get a better solution in place. Because, I mean, I'm trying to dig the solution for a permanent solution for what I'm working with here. So, I mean... you know what? There we go. That's a better... Is that gonna bump into anything? Nope, looks like it's alright. I could get a little bit closer with that rock truck. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright. Yeah, it definitely does dig a lot of material. Oh, its butt's hanging out. Oh well. You and me both, pal. You and me both. Alright. Get this out to there. Then we'll swing around here like this. Yes, I could have gotten a bigger scoop. Alright. This definitely takes a lot more concentration than in other machines. There's so many joints on this to have to worry about. And different things to figure out. That swung too much. There we go. And we're good. Swinging around here. I don't know why the track noise is running. Is that full? Whoop. I'm stuck. Oh, and it looks like they still haven't fixed the glitch on this thing, because I've seen even though I haven't played this before, I've seen this on other people's channels that have tried this, is that opening a fresh save, sometimes it ends up doing that, just clears out the material. I don't know if the material just vanishes or what. Oh yeah, that's full. Yeah, so I probably could have gone with the much larger truck if I wanted to space this out better. All right, now, is this gonna work? It is not gonna work because it needs to be in the ground. But I guess it kind of does. As long as I don't worry about whether physics issues might crop up. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's probably a lot of material that is... I mean, the scoop itself on this excavator is 37... It's 37 cubic meters. Which, I mean, is... It's a lot. I mean, it's really difficult to know the scale of it from this, just because when you reach this size of these vehicles, everything, like this normal size, this seems like a normal size, even though it's like, I think it's actually bigger than some of the smaller rock trucks. So yeah, I'm gonna move back a little bit on this. Hopefully get this here. Looks like the amount that I have blasted at least is working. And I really apologize for the weird camera, because I'm trying to do this with like next to no mouse space. So and this requires mouse movement for it to function correctly, so I'd love a bigger desk, but I just upgraded my desk, but I don't have a lot of room, so I don't have much space to actually put anything, let alone get a bigger desk to... Is this working? Come on, you can go down further, can't you? No, apparently not. I think that's the limit of where I've blasted. Well, that should be enough space. I mean, I think I'm going way farther than I actually need to. But yeah, small desk, small space, makes it a little bit difficult to play some of these games if it needs a higher amount of mouse pad space, but I do what I can with what I've got. I'm gonna move this out of the way, I think, just to be safe. And I'll move it back in when it's... I'll move it back in when I end up repositioning it to the correct spot. All right. Is that gonna work? Yeah, I guess it will. So we'll get right to the edge there, and then we'll bring the truck back in to position. Although I wonder... Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna dump the... Or not, because I'm gonna get stuck. That was a terrible idea. Oh, I'm bumping into everything today. Apparently I can't talk either. It works. Wonder how much I have so far. How much material is it actually pulling? Not that bad. Okay. What was I doing? I was excavating. Okay, let's do this. Let's back this thing up here. Although I suppose I probably could have driven forward instead of backwards. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's all the same. Okay. Yeah, I really didn't need to dig all this stuff out, did I? And I probably could have gone from a different position as well. If I had cleared out that that conveyor space, I probably could have used... Or the conveyor's right there. I probably... Oh, no. I want to go the other way. Because those storage containers are going to be in the way. Why does it look like the tracks are moving when I shouldn't be moving at all? Is it just because it was butting up against something? Okay. Theoretically, this will do the trick. I need 3 blocks deep so that it ends up going in there. And I only need 2 blocks for the hoppers, but I would like to have a third block deeper, just because then I can put down some blocks and make it so they're like not like floating in the air. And I know the other thing that I can do is, because hoppers will clear out material wherever they end up placing. I know that I can do that. I just, honestly, I wanted an excuse to use the excavator and do some more digging. So, I hope you'll forgive me for wanting to do some digging. Because as much as there's a lot of things to think about when you're working with this excavator, it actually is a lot of fun once you end up getting used to it. I mean, even the dozers are fun in their own way once you actually figure out how they work. I still haven't gotten them to figure it out completely, but I mean, I can hold my own with them. Okay, I'm gonna put that here and apparently jump right into the rock truck. Perfect. Saves me some time. Okay. As long as I don't get stuck, I should be fine. Does go a little bit funny trying to do this, but now I don't... Now, because of the weird things that it's doing and the possibility of physics complaints, I am wanting to try to see if it will suddenly get angry with me. Is that wrong of me? I am gonna clean out this here. so that I can get into there. Because if I can cut into this, I should be... Because I just need that to come down there. And those 2 blocks should be enough for the hoppers, because they only need 2 blocks. They're only 2 blocks deep. So yeah, I cleared out way too much material here, but I was having way too much fun with that excavator. That excavator takes out so much material. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I need to get this here. And then that is done. I just need to go up. Like that. So then, if I get that there, that should give me... I'm gonna put these down here. And then that'll be my lower limit, and hopefully I don't catch on any of it and flip the excavator. Although maybe some of you might be hoping that I do. Given how well my physics acrobatics seem to be enjoyed. Unplanned physics acrobatics, mind you. I wish I could plan most of the stuff that I've done with these machines. Nope, that's the wrong direction. How can I reposition this? I don't know if I can. This is a terrible idea. Is that gonna work? I think that should work. So that I can get into here. Come on, nice and gentle. Okay, so let's try that there, and I'm gonna try and put in... Because I think I might have enough room now. At least to put them down. I'm still gonna need to clear out this section here, but I wanted to put this stuff in first and then kind of work my way that way. That way I still had these as reference guides. But we'll see whether this actually works or not. Okay, it's heading that direction, right? That is wrong. That's close. But it is still wrong. Okay. There? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so then... Because that should clear out the rest of this perfectly fine once these guys are activated. I'm okay with that. You know what? I'm just gonna put these this way for now. Just because I can. I mean, I was gonna see if all 4 of them were necessary. But honestly, at this point, I don't think it matters. Okay, so if I Well, that actually isn't that bad. I was worried it was going to be like this huge amount. Okay, so that can go there. Put the hopper down. And then that's the last hopper. And the cool thing is, now that this is in place, what I can do is... I'll get this out of the way first. So I think I might be able to reach it from here. No, that's... Okay. I'm stuck. Am I? Are you gonna go? Oh, okay, perfect. I was really worried there. Okay. Now, what I was going to say before I almost dropped the rock truck into the hole is now I can use these guys to fill back up. So I don't need a rock truck anymore. But it's fine. I'll probably use it somewhere else. Even if I have to make an excuse to use it. Because, I mean, I didn't even have to get it to do this thing. There was other ways of doing it. I mean, I could have dynamited it out, but what's the fun in that? I got all these machines that I could do, and I've unlocked absolutely everything in the game now. At least until the next update hits, but I'm kind of holding off on the... I know that the new update is in beta, but I'm kind of holding off on that because as much as I want to play it, I'm not a... For these games, I'm not really, especially for doing the videos, I'm not really into doing any play testing with them. It's just much easier for me to play the polished version of the game. Well, as polished as early access gets, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I just much rather have a more enjoyable experience as a polished, as a stable game, I guess you could say, than to have to fight with things that have lots of bugs in them. I mean, there's still bugs in this because they're still developing it, but it's still a more polished game than it could be, if that makes sense. Okay, for right now, I'm going to dump this all back into here. So I can get rid of these storage containers. If I was smarter, I would have ended up setting up the storage containers and having them go into this, but I am not a smart person, so yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, I did. Okay. I thought I forgot to hit consume on that. Yeah, we've been collecting up quite a bit of material overall, because this is all the material that we ended up getting mostly from getting using that thing. So we definitely need to have a massive factory going with this. Uh, and the other thing as well, even though I ended up putting these in there pointing into those ones, if I want to do what I was originally doing and having 8 or 16 different machine or conveyor systems branching off of that, so that each each hopper ended up having its own like 2 complete conveyor and manufacturing systems attached to it. That was my original plan, but I think I'm gonna start with just these 4 for now, and then if that doesn't, if it's not capable of handling that, then all I need to do is I just need to reverse these guys, take these guys out, reverse them out, and have them pointed this way, and then dig out all of this to accommodate the machinery for it, which, I mean, is just going to end up extending the fun that I'm going to have, right? So, because, I mean, why wouldn't I enjoy digging in a digging game? All right, so that is that taken care of. So I think the next thing that I need to do is pop out these guys. Clear out all of that and hope that I remember how it was set up. And I'll clear out to here, because I think that's all the space I'm going to need. And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to need to clear out this as well. I can add it back in later, so it's not too bad. So what I was thinking is that since I've got that there, and I've got hoppers that I can put material into. Oh, this thing's the same size as the hopper. So my original idea is not going to work, because I was thinking I could just park on top of these hoppers and then just dump it right onto the hoppers, or right into the hoppers as I was digging, but I don't know if that's going to work properly or not. I guess we'll see. I mean, it's not like this is going to end up taking very long, because it's going to... Oh, I need to get rid of those. Yeah. This is going to have a problem right there. Okay, now let's try it. Right? Why are you not digging? Oh, unless I don't have... Oh, you know what? All I need to do is do this. Or maybe not. That might not work as I expect it to. Yeah, that's not gonna work because I can't get far enough back. Okay. New plan. I am going to use some explosives here. Turn this into rock. And then... and then what was I gonna do? I was going to... bring the dozer over here and then clear it off a little bit. Because right now I'm having an issue where if I back up, it's running into this ledge here. So if I clear out this ledge, if I can position it properly. That's working-ish, and it's kind of on an angle, but it's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. And yes, I know there's numbers there that on the gauge and everything, and I tried using it, and I am still getting used to it. I like it better, but I'm still getting used to the new controls of it, honestly. I am just happy that the way that it worked is that it pushes material instead of just vanishing material, because then I can actually, like, oh, you know what I should have done? I should have just pushed it right into the hopper. Oh, that was a missed opportunity. I could have tested that. I could have tested that out. Oh, well. Maybe next time. Let's get this in here like that. And like that. I don't know how far I'm going to end up going out with this, because I guess I can make the pad as big as I want, and then I just need to put the enclosure for the factory wherever I want, like inside of the pad. So it's not... the foundation itself doesn't need to be just the size of the factory. I can make the factory as big as I want, or as small as I want. I mean, the overall size of the factory is going to be dictated by all of the automation and processing that I have to do in it. So, I mean, a lot of this, the height and the size of it is going to end up being dictated by the what I'm actually putting in the factory, not how much digging I'm doing to accommodate the factory. I mean, even this part here, I like the drop-off spots, I think should be outside of the factory as it is, so I may have to retool some of the other parts of the factory just to have this outside and then other stuff inside. But yeah. Okay, so that should be good there. Now, let's see if I can get this going before I run out of time. Oh, you know what? I think I need to do some blasting on this, because I think it's actually having trouble. I think it might be having trouble because it's still thinking it's rock. Despite the fact that it looks like it's... Actually, you know what? Since I'm getting right down into it anyways, I'm just going to do this. And if it messes with the sizings and everything, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Let's see if this works now. There we go. That's much better. See, as much as it, I think it, as much as it looked like it was blasted rock, it wasn't actually completely blasted rock. So it was trying to dig up just the parts of the blasted that was blasted rock, but you had regular rock mixed into it too much that it just didn't. Or I mean, it could be doing weird physics that, because I've seen that before where the, I see it a lot with the ceilings, that it doesn't really like ceilings. The ceilings kind of, well, because the voxels are trying to calculate what it should look like, while the digging part of it's trying to figure out what's what the cutting part of the bucket is and all of that. So I mean, it's gonna have some weird things happening in that it's not gonna be able to calculate everything properly like that. Like it's almost being drawn into the bucket magnetically, which is fun, but I mean it's better than the golf balls, but it can look a little weird is all I'm saying. But it's not, and behave weird, but it's not that it's doing the best it can. Like us all, like we all are. It just probably has a lot more brain power than I do. I think there are some days when I think my computer actually has way more brain power than I do. Alright. Well, I think this is almost enough. I probably should swing around the other side like that. Is this enough? There we go. That's a good scoop. No, 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 no. That's not right. Well, almost had an incident. Okay, let's see what we got here, and I'm gonna put down a floor, which I have dug out way more material than I need to. But like I said, it's fine. It's not like the material is going to go to waste, because we are going to process all of that material into some usable things and eventually money. So we will not worry about that. Okay, so I've got all of that there. I didn't put those in. Okay. Well, that's fine. Is that enough? I think so. How did I have this again? So that was like that, right? And then I had a spacer and a actually, you know what? I'm just gonna put this here and live with this, and then because I want to put the spacings in and everything. I'm going to have to clear out all of this anyways. So let's start with this. Oh. Actually, you know what? Yeah, okay. Never mind. So sorry, I was just thinking, because now that it's underground, I can go wherever I want, which means that this one here can actually go underneath all of this, and I can build. I mean, if I want to get the excavator out and dig all of this out, trench underneath here, and then I was planning on having the factory go that direction anyways. So what I can do is have this be here like this, no problem. Have it just come up here and then plug into this. And then this one here, what I'll do is go underneath here, trench all the way under this one, and then come back up over to, say, here, and then have it going this direction. So it'll be from, like, here onward. Yeah, I like that idea. I mean, even for that, I could probably swing this back here and have it line back up with this one so that all the machinery looks the same as well. So yeah, that is also a possibility. Yeah. Okay, so next was I need to put in, what was I putting in? I need a merger? Yes, mergers. I need mergers. Because that's got to go there. And then I need power inputs there. Because the power inputs go there. And then I was doing the opposite on... Oh, I was doing the opposite on this side. So... I guess that plan there is not going to work. You know what? I'm going to build as I go. Because I think I might rethink this, which means that, because there's a lot of possibilities on that. And if you want to throw a comment in there, I mean, I tend to record well in advance, so I might not get your suggestion in time, which I am sorry, but I mean, if it's a good enough plan, I will rip up this whole thing and redo it if it's a great idea. So yeah, don't be afraid to make a suggestion. I think I'm gonna leave this here for now. Just set up this here, and then I will rethink this one and either... Well, you know what? If I'm going to go off in this direction, what if I just did this, just mirrored it over there? Because if I don't need that as a pathway or anything, I can just make the factory go this way and have it be two tiers, like this tier here and then a tier over here. And that'll be the two runs of the factory. And then I can... If I want to flip these around, then I just have to come around here, and then I can use this side here for this, and I don't have to dig too much into that. Yeah, that can work. So I'm going to need to clear out a bit more of this anyways. So we'll get this cleared out. This can probably go back in. Like that. I'm gonna leave a space here. Do I have a pickaxe? I do. I'm just gonna clean up this a little bit. And thank you to whoever it was that ended up telling me about the baggers and the mass excavators being able to dig rock. I suspected it might have been possible, but I wasn't sure. So I'm glad that you confirmed that for me, because that's going to end up opening up a lot of possibilities for what we can do with this. And in fact, I honestly wish I had known about it sooner when I was first starting this series, because I probably would have chosen a different spot, honestly, because I was actually preferring down in that valley and having all the rocks, but that was one thing that I wasn't sure on, whether the mass excavator would like to dig into rock. So I didn't know whether that was possible. But since that is possible, that opens up, I don't necessarily need to dig into this, and I can go lower and just tear up everything. Okay, so we need to get this cleared here. Sorry, I know I get distracted a lot. It's a bit of a problem. Okay, so that should be cleared out enough that I can get that in. Because I shouldn't need to dig past that, because the rest of that's going to end up being... the rest of the factory is going to be above ground. So I only need to dig out enough that it's going to end up being visible. Or that at least the underground part is going to end up coming up towards the stuff that's going to be above ground. Okay, there we go. I'm losing material, but it's fine. Can I do this? I can, perfect. Mind you, I'm dumping it on the side that I'm not actually gonna activate right away, but hey, whatever. That's a nice scoop. Mind you, I almost could use the rock truck and just, when I'm done, just dump it in. I just don't know how much material it's going to end up digging out. Can I get this? Is this going to make a nice cut? Maybe? Sort of, yes, maybe. There we go. The bigger excavator makes a world of a difference, though. I will say. I mean, considering with one scoop I take out an entire small rock truck worth of material out of the ground. No, that's not the right one. That's the right one right there. There we go. No, I don't want that either. There we go. And we'll put this in here like this. That way it'll balance out on that. You know what? I'm not going to be able to get in with the excavator on that, so I'm just going to hand dig that. We need to get over further, but we don't actually need to do... much. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of... I got too many machines in the way. I get rid of this, and I'm gonna get rid of this. That way I've got enough space to clear this out. And I'm gonna clear out enough. Because I don't... Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's having a problem with the explosion... Or with rock. Well, where did I put that? Okay, there we go. RDX, there we go. And I'm just gonna put it right up next to it. Because that's gonna end up doing... What? 16 meters? I guess that's diameter, right? Or radius? Is it radius or diameter? I can't remember. I'd have to look it up, and I don't really feel like looking it up. It's fine. It's gonna dig more. It's gonna let me dig more. That's all I care about. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. You know what? I am going to get rid of this. Just, how about you just put your things away when you're done with them? Leaving my trucks out in the sandbox so that they just get wrecked and ruined. Let's do that. All right, let's swing around here. And I'm gonna get out a little bit further and try and get that. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, well, good enough. Good enough, I guess. Alright, swing to there, and then scoop. No, 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 no. Ugh. It's like I'm trying to flip this thing. I mean, I'm not, but feels like I'm trying. Okay. Put a platform down here. Like that. I'm not going any farther than that, so that can stay there like that. Alright. Do I need to get any farther out than this? I don't think so. As far as I know, this is gonna be the lowest or the farthest out that I need to be, because that's gonna come around like this, and then it's gonna go down. So that should be my limit right there. And I don't need anything there, so I'm going to do that. That can look a little funny. It's fine. I do want to get rid of this though, so I'm gonna do that. And what I'm gonna do is move this guy out of the way. I may need him again. You know, I'm gonna line him up as well, just because I can. Okay. He can park over here, out of the way. Okay. And then I'm gonna end up getting the dozer in here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do that so that it's nice and clean. We'll move this over here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Since I'm in the dozer and everything, I might as well. Oh, except that I am going to have to close this off for this episode. I think I've made a pretty good progress. This is looking good. I'm really happy with the way this is turning out. This is a way better solution than what I had before. But yeah, if you liked the video, please like, subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the channel, or if you just want to help support me, that is appreciated as well. If you want to support me even further, there is a link to Patreon in the description of the video. If you have any suggestions on what you think that might happen with, or what you might want to see with this, or any suggestions with the builds, please feel free to comment as much as you can. I try to stay up to date on them, and even though I might record a video in advance, like I said earlier, I appreciate all suggestions, and I will rip up anything that I've done if I end up finding something that is going to end up working way better than what I've got. But yeah, that's it for this. I will see you in the next video, or the next whatever video. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.